everyone's doing well. I'm going to share this out real quick, so bear with me. What's up, guys? We are live for Monday Night Raw. Well, previewing Monday Night Raw, but you get it. Hope everyone's doing good. We got a stat card for tonight. We got American Made versus American Alpha. The new American Alpha. Uh, Chad Gable and the Creed Brothers, American Academy, whatever. We have Gunther versus Sami Zayn in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Um, Randy Orton is scheduled to appear. What's up, Bubba? I was just about to send it to you. How you doing? It's a pretty stacked card tonight. I'm pretty excited for it. So we are probably going to be live for Monday Night Raw for maybe about an hour. So we'll see. Just trying to get that watch time in today, guys. So make sure you're sharing this out and liking the video as well. Invite your friends. Invite those you know. Tell them I'm live. So yeah. But hope y'all are doing well. We'll see what happens tonight. Especially with the Wyatt Six, I'm kind of curious to see what they do tonight. I'm assuming they will probably get involved in the Chad Gable match. So we'll see. But definitely excited. I'm kind of curious to see how Randy Orton and Gunther continue their feud going forward to Bash at Berlin as well. It was also reported earlier that Randy Orton has signed a new deal with WWE, like a multi-deal, so that's pretty cool. I am excited for that. Randy Orton's been part of WWE for 20 years, so for him to sign a multi-deal, that's a good sign. Bobby Lashley also, he's scheduled for a boxing match, so that's cool. He's been rumored to be leaving WWE, but that's not true. Apparently he had surgery, so I don't know if this surgery will affect his in-ring career with WWE or the boxing match itself, but we'll see. What's up, Brooke? How you doing? It's good to see you. Yeah, you sent me that picture, Brooke, for Sable. I believe it was in the YouTube app. I don't know why it said it was YouTube.com, but everything else was in the YouTube app as well. Unless it just switched over, and I don't know about it, but I can go back and do it again. That's fine. Thank you for the like, by the way. But yeah, we're just chilling out today. Tay isn't feeling well, so hopefully she feels better. Busy, yeah, me too. Just finished eating. Um, Figured I'd come on here for about an hour or two. Talk to you guys, see what's up. Hope everyone's having a good day. But yeah. So we got a pretty stacked card. Like I said, I'm curious to see Bobby Lashley in a boxing match. We know he had a Bellator career in MMA, so thank you, Brooke. He had that career in MMA. He did really well in Bellator. So with this new boxing match, I'm curious to see how he'll do. We know Bobby Lashley is a wrestler, so we'll see what he does in this boxing match. I'm curious, man. It's gonna be good. See what kind of hands Lashley got on him. He's a phenomenal athlete. Phenomenal, man. He's amazing. One of the greatest physiques in pro wrestling, especially at his age. He's a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal person. So yeah. Daniel Berry Sports, what's up? How you doing, guys? How you doing today, bud? But guys, drop some questions down in the comments. Let's get this going. probably should share this with Greg. He's usually on here. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for Bash at Berlin too, like to see what they do. I'm kind of curious to see what they do with Uncle Howdy. I'm assuming now is the time we see Uncle Howdy and Chad Gable. We saw the Wyatt Six in-ring debut last week. We haven't seen Nikki Cross wrestle yet, so I'm assuming we'll see that next under Nikki Cross's new character. So we'll see. Because I'm assuming what they'll do is we'll probably see the Wyatt Six themselves wrestle before we see Uncle Howdy wrestle. Or it could be a mixed tag. It could be a mixed tag match or something. Who knows? But I'm assuming we'll see a one-on-one match with Chad Gable and Uncle Howdy. So yeah. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm not booking this stuff. I'm just here. But hope y'all are doing well. Monday's been kind of crazy. Mondays are always crazy. I don't know a Monday that hasn't been crazy. But yeah, just hanging out today, y'all. What's up, Brenda? Good to see you. Guys, if you're just now coming in, like the live, give me that thumbs up. Share the live out with your friends. Let them know the Wrestling World Podcast is live. Make sure you're subbing as well. We're almost at 1.20k subs, so that'd be a big accomplishment to hit. Getting a lot of good watch time here lately, so I'm pleased with that. Maple Leaf Grappling is also rumored to come back, so that'd be pretty cool. Thank you for the like, by the way. We'll see what happens with that. Scott D'Amore coming back, so. Make sure y'all are checking out Brenda's channel, Bubble Pop. Check out Brooke's channel. Brooke got a couple channels, History Buff 101. Check out the Zechariah Zone. Her son has a YouTube channel. Daniel, if you have a YouTube channel as well, you can plug it in the comments. That's fine. I have no problem with people plugging their YouTube channels in here. That's perfectly fine. Just let me know. you know. But yeah, make sure we're checking out Brenda's channel here. Bubble Pop, History Buff 101, the Zech Zone. Like I said, Daniel, if you got a channel, definitely feel free to plug it in the comments. But yeah. Hey, no problem at all. No problem at all. You're very welcome. Yeah, posted a couple new videos this week's wrestling news. Definitely check it out, guys, if you can. Hey, no problem at all. No problem. That's me. Like, I'm always trying to support everybody, As long as people drop their links and, and need support, I'm here. But it's hard to get to the ones that don't drop their links. Hard to get to the one that don't want to share out their videos. So it's like, sometimes I think they're forgotten about. But I try to get to everybody. But yeah. We got over an hour until Monday Night Raw comes on. I don't know if it's going to be on USA Tonight or Sci-Fi because of the Olympics. We'll see. I haven't really checked. I forgot about the Olympics until now, actually. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'll tell you though, today does not feel like a Monday. That's for sure. You know, been getting my days mixed up. But I hope everyone's having a great day. Hope you all were awake. um, I know Monday's the start of the new week, so if you're just now coming in, guys, hit that like button. Make sure you're subbing and subbing to all the channels in the comments here. Let me know where you're from as well. I'm always curious to meet new people from different areas, of course. So, yawning is contagious, I know. You just said that, now I'm yawning, thanks. It is, man. Um, I don't know if it's because it's a Monday or what, but I'm tired. What's up, Joe? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. Make sure you like and subscribing, brother. We are talking about whatever, wrestling, anything. So, if you have a YouTube channel, Joe, definitely plug it in the comments. Thank you for that like, my friend. Uh, drop your channel in the comments if you have one. If not, that's okay. We're just happy to have you here. But yeah, I don't know what else is going on for Raw tonight, and we'll probably hear something about Solo and Roman, I'm sure. That's kind of heating up. We saw Roman attack Solo this past Friday. Curious to see Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Kind of wondering if Sami's going to turn heel. We did see him and Ilja Dragunov backstage. So kind of wonder if there's going to be a heel turn here coming soon. Of course, Braun Breaker's going to retain tonight and then probably go on Bash at Berlin, face someone else. But curious to see if we'll get a Sami Zayn heel turn. I know a lot of people were, upset. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you for sending the laugh to Greg. Appreciate that. I know a lot of people were upset when Sami Zayn won the Intercontinental title over Chad Gable. I know a lot of people were upset when he beat Gunther. And even Sami Zayn was upset about it. He said, you guys were behind me before, and now, people turning on him. So I'm wondering if WWE's going to, kind of turn him heel eventually, being that, he's lost the title so quick. But when you think about it, everybody that's won a title at WrestleMania this past WrestleMania, has lost their title, other than Cody. So, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory lost their titles to Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. But then they turned around and give those titles right to Jacob Fatu and his partner. So, crazy booking with the tag division, for sure. Thank you for the like. But you got to keep in mind, nobody's kept their championship other than Cody at WrestleMania. But Sami Zayn in particular, like I said, a lot of people weren't happy about him beating Gunther. And I will be honest, while I've enjoyed his run, I could see why people think it's, kind of like, meh. But Wyatt's just not really cared for. Um, Now, obviously, him feuding with Braun Breaker, I agree with the decision of WWE putting the title on Braun. Braun's size, his athleticism, they're building him up. They're building him up to be this dominant star. So you kind of have to put the title on him. Makes sense. Makes complete sense. He beat Now. Sami Zayn did beat Braun Breaker the first time those two actually faced each other, but and a lot of people were saying that was a bad idea. I for one myself thought it was a bad idea, but then he beat Sami Zayn at SummerSlam. So uh, assuming maybe we see a heel turn with Sami Zayn soon. I don't know. Um, like I said, Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six. I'm curious about that. Uncle Howdy, we haven't seen his in-ring debut yet. Even since he was with Bray Wyatt, we still haven't seen his in-ring debut. Um, we've seen the Wyatt Six. We haven't seen Nikki Cross yet. But we did see, three members of the Wyatt Six's in-ring debut under the Wyatt Six stable. So we're bound to see Uncle Howdy's in-ring debut soon, which I'm hoping will be a complete squash match. But who knows? We have seen Bo Dallas, as himself in the ring with Chad Gable, but we have not seen a match so far. So there's that. But who knows? We're bound to get something. If anybody could send this to Tay as well, I'd appreciate that. I forgot to send her the notification. Actually, let me send it to her real quick. So it's gonna freeze, guys. I'm still here though. Right, I'm back. Yeah, it's good to see you, Brendan, Joe. I don't know if you guys are still here, but great to see you. Always good to meet new people. We had a couple trolls in here last week. Well, not last week, but Friday. A couple days ago. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped up for Raw tonight. Judgment Day also. We'll probably get something for the Judgment Day. Obviously we will. Finn Balor, Damian Priest, going to be a hell of a feud. Definitely probably a good feud, but we'll see. I, for one, am excited about that to see what they can do with a feud. This is the first time these two have ever feuded. But I am also hearing that we are going to get a shift in the Judgment Day. That there's going to be a new leader, possibly some new members. I kind of wish they'd take Carlito out of that fray. It doesn't really make sense to have Carlito, just kind of involved with it. I don't even know if Carlito's an official member of the Judgment Day, but it just doesn't make sense to have him in there. Makes complete sense to have JD in there, because Finn Balor did train JD McDonough, or whatever you call it. But so it does make sense to have him in there. But as far as Carlito, I will say Dom is kind of growing on me a little bit. Thank you for the like. I will say Dominic Mysterio is kind of growing on me a little bit, but does he need to be a part of the Judgment Day? No. Rhea Ripley, she's left the Judgment Day, so to replace Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, well, that's definitely going to happen. They're going to get new members, because I think the only actual members that are in Judgment Day right now are JD, Finn, Carlito, and Dominic Mysterio. So they could just have those four members, but to get new members in would be pretty cool. Finn Balor obviously is kind of the leader. You know, there hasn't really been a leader in the Judgment Day, even though a lot of people could argue that Damian Priest was a leader in the Judgment Day. But but yeah, we'll see what they do as well. So it would make sense to have a leader in the Judgment Day, being that it is a stable. You gotta have a leader. When you look back at all the other stables in WWE and pro wrestling, Triple H was the leader of Evolution. Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen. You look at Karrion Kross and the Final Testament. So on and so on. So there needs to be a leader, and Finn Balor could definitely be that leader. He honestly would make more sense as a leader than Damian Priest, but who knows? Who knows? Maybe they'll bring R-Truth back in the Judgment Day. I don't know. Um, Someone I also think who could turn heel right now is The Miz. Um, we're kind of gonna change subjects here, but notice that R-Truth and The Miz, lost again. They lost, and it is what it is. So I'm kind of wondering if The Miz will turn heel on R-Truth, but it would make complete sense, being that you know The Miz doesn't really shine as a babyface. And being paired with R-Truth, I like that pairing for the fact that they held the WWE Tag Team Championship for the first time as a group, as a tag team. But The Miz just does not shine as a babyface. Now, I will be honest, The Miz is growing on me a little bit, more and more. But as a heel, The Miz is, you know, that's where he does his best work. Now, R-Truth, he's a comedy gimmick, so as long as The Miz, sticks around with R-Truth, that's what they're going to book him as, obviously, unless they want to turn him heel. R-Truth being a comedy type gimmick character, he's going to be booked as someone who isn't taken serious. Someone who is going to be booked for laughs. But yeah. So we shall see what they do. I, for one, am curious to see what they do with R-Truth. I would love to see an R-Truth heel turn. R-Truth was a heel, I think, back in 2015-16 he was a heel? Or less than that, it was like 2014 at least. But, because I remember I was back in high school. Hey, Tay, what's up? I was, back in high school, when R-Truth turned heel. And that was pretty fun to see, That was the beginning of the little Jimmy gimmick and everything else they brought in with R-Truth. But, we'll see what they do. Who knows what they'll do. So, we'll see. If you guys are just coming in, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up. Share out the live, guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Speaking of Judgment Day, though, we mentioned the Judgment Day a second ago. Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. Now, Rhea Ripley went on a rampage last week of just attacking Liv, and so it'll be interesting to see what they do. I'm kind of thinking we'll get Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Liv and Dom in a mixed tag match, but I think that's where they're aiming towards. It would make the most sense, being Dom and Liv are together. So the only logical booking right now would be a mixed tag match. Unless they do like an intergender match, which would be kind of weird, but We haven't seen one of them in a long time. So be kind of cool to see what they do. But yeah, um, Seth Rollins, CM Punk. So far, Seth Rollins, storyline wise, has broken ribs. Um, and yes, this is storyline. Broken ribs. They said he will be out for uh, however long. But assuming he'll be there for Bash at the Beach, Bash Bash at the Beach, Bash at Berlin. He'll probably be there for that to face Bronson Reed. But this is kind of just giving him something to do until McIntyre or Punk are finished with their feud, and then we'll probably see Punk and Rollins feud as well. So that'll be interesting, I think. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what they do. I don't know, but what is everyone up to, guys? Hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Let me know that you're in here. If you have a YouTube channel, feel free to put your YouTube channel in the comments and subscribe to my channel. Try to hit 1.20k this week. We'll try. We'll see what happens. But right now we're just focused on watch time. I got the subs. We just need the watch time. But I hope everyone is having a great day, a great Monday. Hope the weather's well. Hope you all are having a decent day. If anyone's new, definitely leave a comment down below. I love meeting new people. I love when new people come in here and talk. So I know that there's probably other streamers live on YouTube right now. I know Wrestling Days is probably live. I'm a big fan of Wrestling Days. But yeah, hopefully you pop in here and say hello, or you'll come in later. But we shall see. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm curious to see if they turn the Miz heel. I think it's time we see the Miz with the Intercontinental title again. Because to be honest, the Miz, he made it mean something. It hasn't really meant nothing in a while since the Miz and Sammy had it, in my opinion. But Gunther, of course, too. Gunther. I can't really say it hasn't been something since the Miz had it because Gunther had a great run with the title, an amazing run. I think he elevated the Intercontinental title better than the Miz did, but the Miz kind of, the Miz made it mean something as well. But Gunther took it from here to, up here, so there's that. But yes, with the title, you know, going off of Gunther to Sami Zayn to Braun Breaker, I'd love to see the Miz take the title. If not from Braun Breaker, but someone else. Realistically, seeing the Miz beat Braun, I don't know. But I think the Miz right now he needs a singles title. Not saying he hasn't cemented his legacy as one of the, you know, one of the top guys in WWE right now, but he definitely needs a title at this point, in my opinion. Um, just like CM Punk needs a win. You know, CM Punk, he needs a decent win here, so we will see tonight if they make any plans for McIntyre and Punk at Bash at Berlin. But we'll see. Because CM Punk, just like The Miz, need a desperate win right now. So, curious to see what they do. I have enjoyed the McIntyre and CM Punk feud so far. I didn't like the involvement with the bracelet itself, but yeah, Seth Rollins special guest referee for SummerSlam. That was pretty decent. You know, it wasn't too bad, but it is what it is. Um, I can't say it was a terrible booking decision. I didn't necessarily agree with it. I mean, we all knew Seth Rollins was going to get involved regardless if he wasn't the ref or not. But, um, you know, they could have done it differently. Had Punk get the win and then Seth Rollins, you know, attack him or whatever. Have Punk get the clean finish and Seth Rollins attack him. Uh, you know, maybe some interference. You know, it could have been booked differently, but uh, what this does is this furthers the storyline here. Um, which I see why, you know, having two matches with him and McIntyre makes sense. So, in order to do that, you kind of have to have the heel go over the babyface in the first match to book a second match. And vice versa, you know. Because, you know, there's always rematch clauses and so on and so on. But, you know. Oh my god, am I tired. If you guys are just not coming in, guys, hit that like button. Subscribe if you can. Ruby1, what's up, brother? How you doing? Good to see you again. Haven't seen you in a while. Taylor isn't with us today. She's sick. She's not feeling the greatest. Thank you for the like, my friend. Appreciate you, buddy. If you could share this with your friends, with anybody you know, I'd appreciate that. I'm actually going to give this a share to Twitter, guys, so stay with me. I'll be right back. It is going to freeze, so, but stay here. I'll give us a quick share. We were just talking about Monday Night Raw, brother. It's going to be decent. All right, Brenda, take care. Thanks for being on. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. All right, have a good day at work. Stay safe. But yeah, roll me one. I think Monday Night Raw is going to be pretty decent, man. We were just talking about the card and potential feuds going forward. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, Rhea Ripley and Dom Mysterio, Liv Morgan, all that stuff. The Lucha Bros are joining NXT. You know, it's a good thing you brought NXT up. I haven't talked about that yet. The Motor City Machine Guns, I've heard actually sign with NXT, so that's pretty decent. I'm excited for that. I've been a big fan of Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin since their early TNA days, so that'll be fun to watch. I also seen Penta from AEW has signed with NXT. And they're saying Daniel Garcia might sign as well. We know that Ethan Page is a part of NXT as well. Joe Hendry has been collaborating with WWE within the last couple weeks, last month or so, actually. NXT is cooking right now, yes, sir. It definitely is. NXT and the main roster, I'd say, are doing the best they've ever done. But I can't really say that NXT's ever been bad. I think NXT's always been decent. So, yeah. Britt Baker might be leaving NEW soon. She would be amazing in NXT. Yes, sir. I would like to see Britt Baker in NXT. Has she been on AEW recently, Romeo One? I know that she was suspended recently, involving a incident with MJF. But I don't watch AEW, so but I do keep up with the latest news regarding AEW. So she's suspended still. Okay, yeah, I kind of thought so. Yeah, I posted a new video today, man. Go check it out if you can. Also have a playlist too. If anybody can check that out as well. A couple playlists. If you go to my playlist tab, you'll see them all down there. I have a Bray Wyatt tribute playlist, and I have a 1 hour playlist, another 1 hour playlist. So I think I got one that's 2 hours on there too. So if anybody wants to go check those out, they can. That would mean a lot to me as well. So, but yeah, I posted a new video regarding the latest pro wrestling news. So Adam Cole and Baker are breaking up, I think. Cole has moved out of Florida and Baker's still living there. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't keep up with that kind of stuff, but it'd be crazy to see if they broke up. Adam Cole, haven't seen Adam Cole wrestle in a long time. Is he still feuding with MJF? I mean, that's still that's still a feud. Give us the latest details on AEW, bro. Your boy don't watch it. I quit watching it whenever they aired that footage of CM Punk backstage with Jack Perry. That's when I said enough is enough. I'm done watching this. I'll watch something else. You're hearing Ricky Starks is running down his contract and jumping to WWE. I've heard that too. Ricky Starks and WWE. I've heard that. It would make sense. I don't think Ricky Starks has been in AEW for a while, hasn't he? I think it's been a good while since we've seen Ricky Starks. I don't know. He is talented though. Very talented. We are hearing rumors of Daniel Garcia going to NXT too. So be crazy if WWE picks up half the AEW guys that were. Are you talking about Adam Cole, buddy? I know that Adam Cole's been injured for a while. I think that kind of halted the MJF feud as well. I know that they were feuding for a while. Ricky Starks, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen him in AEW for a good while. Be kind of crazy, like I said, uh, WWE picks them up in the recent future. In all honesty, I think they could be both better in NXT than anything anybody's ever done in AEW, to be honest. But that's me. Like you take a look at Adam Cole's booking, it has been the greatest. I mean, you think Athena is frustrated in Ring of Honor? I've heard Ring of Honor is just are just terrible now under Tony Khan. Back in the day, Ring of Honor used to be a decent program. I actually enjoyed Ring of Honor back when it was like Jay Lethal. I know Matt Hardy was there for a little bit. Matt Sydal, the Briscoes. But yeah, I was a pretty big Ring of Honor fan. I enjoyed it. No, I mostly missed it when it was on because I think it was on a Sunday or something, and I would always miss it when it came on. But I've always, watched it when I was able to find it. I don't know what it's like now. Romy One says Bobby Lashley said he liked working for Vince better than Triple H. Reason for his leaving: Ricochet is debuting on AEW soon after his fat paycheck. Ricochet going to AEW would make sense. Bobby Lashley, actually, we just talked about him a little bit ago. He's having a boxing match. He actually had surgery, so I don't know. But Bobby Lashley, I think he's one of the few people I've heard that said they like working for Vince, other than Triple H. The majority of comments I've seen with Triple H, people asking certain talent, do they enjoy working for Triple H, and they say, they enjoy working for him, other than, much more than Vince. So it does make you wonder. You know, obviously the product is a lot better. I think the booking is a lot better as well. Zack Sabre Jr. leaning towards WWE after his New Japan Pro Wrestling contract expires. He said that the backstage of AEW is a madhouse. I believe it. The drama with Britt Baker and MJF now, the Jack Perry CM Punk drama. I think a lot of it is too just the Young Bucks and the EVPs. Honestly, I think they cause a lot of the drama. I'm not talking down about the product, but I mean you gotta look at it from a perspective. You know, even look at the programming now. Uh, I think the Young Bucks are holding AEW hostage. I mean, the product just is terrible, and that's because of the Young Bucks. I honestly believe that. Now, they haven't. I don't think they've even defended their titles. What, I think they said 5 6 months since April, right? Well, if that's 4 months, I mean, maybe it's longer than that. I don't know, because like I said, I don't watch it, but I know AEW has been a problem for years backstage. Romy One says AEW needs Shane on creative because Khan is too much of a mark who befriends everyone. I said that for years. Well, I didn't say that Shane needs, to go to AEW on creative, but I did say Khan befriends everybody. Khan is too much of a fan of pro wrestling. He's not a businessman. You know, I feel like if somebody walked up to Tony Khan and said, "Hey, I want to do this," he'd say, "Okay, go for it," because that's just how Tony Khan is. But it is what it is. But Tony Khan does not know how to run a wrestling product, and it shows. Look, they're about to lose their TV deal. I mean, Tony Khan's apparently has a big announcement, and everybody pretty much knows it's regarding their new TV deal that he's gonna have. So, Romy One says, I can see Shane buying AEW if Khan doesn't get his Warner Bros. Deal. Definitely, definitely. It needs to be under new management at this point. Now, with Tony Khan, his dad, all the money his dad has, um, I don't know. I mean, if AEW gets a new TV deal, which obviously they are, um, who knows what's going to happen? Because we've seen this with TNA. We've seen when Anthem Sports took over, TNA couldn't keep a TV deal to save their lives. Now they're back under new management, and it's better than ever. But we'll see what AEW can do, because AEW they're not drawing ratings on TBS. So if AEW is doing good ratings, and they drew money and got a TV deal, okay, that'd be different, but they're not drawing money now. They're not they're not drawing ratings now. So it's like, what do you do? Rumi once says Warner Bros. Wants NWA, so it's a small window for him. With Shane, he has the relationship with TV companies. Yeah, Shane. Shane's a good businessman. The difference between Tony Khan and Shane is that Shane is a businessman, to where Tony Khan does not know how to run a business. Uh, Shane has always been a businessman. He's been a part of WWE for so many years with his father, Vince, as well as Stephanie. But that's what he needs, somebody to come in there and help him. But I'm pretty sure Tony Khan has gotten offers from other people saying, "Hey, I'll come in and help." But Rumi One says AEW needs a restart. Yes, sir. Um, in my opinion, I think the product's just boring. Backstage has a lot to do with it. But when they aired that footage of CM Punk and Jack Perry, that was when I was just kind of like, What's this doing for your? What's this doing for the product? What's this doing for AEW? It's doing absolutely nothing for AEW. It's not drawing people in. It may have drew people in for that episode because everybody was curious to see what happened. But even afterwards, you're talking about someone that hasn't been in your company for how long to make money for you. It's kind of silly. So that's when I stopped watching AEW. Rumi One says Tony Khan has no long-term booking for stories, and he's always looking for the dirt sheets like a female. Yep, yep, I agree. I agree. That's what it's becoming. It's like Dixie Carter running TNA. Dixie Carter, in my opinion, she ran TNA right into the ground. But TNA was always better under Jeff Jarrett. When Jeff Jarrett sold it, it went downhill. The product went downhill. Um, TNA was different for a lot of reasons. Their match types, the octagon ring, that was different. So TNA, they stood out for just being different. It was different for pro wrestling because how often did you see an octagon shaped ring in wrestling? How often did you see an X Division title match, with that type of match? You didn't. AEW to me just doesn't stand out. I mean, look, they copied War Games, which really they didn't copy War Games because War Games actually came out in the 80s. I think they said under NWA, but still, it's nothing new, you know. Um, but yeah, Romy One says if I was in charge of AEW and Ring of Honor, I would keep Ring of Honor at Dowie's place then cut the AEW roster, build build hometown talents, and stop wasting big money on rejects like Mercedes Moné. Yeah, you know, I've seen a lot of her promos over the years, and she's not that good. I don't get the hype around Tony Storm either. Like the timeless Tony Storm gimmick, I don't understand it. I think that's a terrible gimmick. And I've always thought Lana, CJ Perry was terrible as well. And then they brought her in AEW, and I thought, wow, she was pretty bad. But yeah, they need smaller venues. I think that's why TNA did well because they weren't trying to pack big venues. They had their own little venues, and they did well. AEW, I think they're too far over their heads. Tony Khan is just too far over his head right now. This isn't a billion-dollar company, which Tony Khan got the money, but I mean, he has the talent, but the booking and everything else is just trash. He needs better writers. He needs a businessman to come in there and kind of take over and tell him what to do. Eric Bischoff would be a good person to bring in. Jim Cornette would be cool, but Jim Cornette don't care for AEW. Vince Russo even. I mean, now Vince isn't the greatest when it comes to wrestling, but Vince there for a while did have, a couple good ideas, which a lot of them weren't that good. But I mean, Tony Khan got to do something. Romy One says, at this point, Romy One, I'm gonna have tempted to make your own segment on my lives. Call it Romy One Says. But anyway, Romy One says, I would also cut the amount of titles and build relationships with companies like WWE and focus on stories that people can understand and get behind. Well, they had a relationship with Ring of Honor. Tony Khan bought that out, but yeah, you look at the relationship that WWE and TNA have right now. This under Vince would never happen in a million years. Back then, WWE would never mention TNA. Unless it was a reference, unless they reference it. But they would never say it straight out. Now, that's what AEW needs right there. You hit the nail on the head, my friend. A relationship with a different company. Well, I do think that AEW and New Japan have a decent relationship right now. But I honestly don't know. Because I do think that I've seen a lot of AEW talent wrestle for New Japan, such as Chris Jericho, and a lot of other ones. And I think some New Japan talent have come over to AEW to wrestle. So I do think, I say he's had relationships with other companies, but I don't know about now, being the low ratings and the attendance is crazy. But, if he doesn't want to listen to nobody, then you're going to listen to your talent. You're not going to make decisions for yourself. It is what it is. Putting the Young Bucks in storylines where they, these type of storylines too, terrible decision. Because I know a lot of people can't stand the Young Bucks, and I'm one of them. Romy One says, I would use Ring of Honor as a developmental system, then promote from within. I would cut that wasted money on big contracts, then use the money to get big venue. I mean, yeah, they could, but I don't see AEW ever pulling Madison Square Garden, though. I don't think they could sell enough seats. But using Ring of Honor as a developmental system would be kind of cool. At least it would be doing something. It's kind of sad to see the shape it's in now. Being that there's a lot of legacy. I'd hate to see that legacy be tarnished because of somebody like Tony Khan. And AEW hasn't been around for that long either. So to see somebody like Tony Khan already have this reputation for just being a terrible booker and a bad businessman, is pretty bad. Romy One says, AEW is also too woke, if I may say. Please elaborate, my friend. How do you think AEW is woke? Not saying I disagree with you. I'm just curious to hear your thoughts. You have the floor, my friend. Curious to hear what you say. Please give me every detail. um, I don't think no matter how hard they try, I don't think AEW could attract the old time fans. You know, even their match types, like yeah, you could tell they're trying to attract that old crowd, like that used to watch wrestling. But it's just they're not gonna watch a product that just doesn't make sense. And AEW to me just doesn't make sense. And I've tried to sit through an episode of AEW, and it's all over the place. I mean, it's. I even heard Goldberg was going to AEW. I don't even know if that's true. You know, but it'd be crazy if he was. It'd be crazy if that actually happened. Not saying they need Goldberg, but they're definitely trying to draw some money. You know, they're definitely trying to bring eyes to the product. You got to give them credit for trying, but it's not working. You want to listen to your EVPs and whatever people backstage, then it is what it is. You think he forces his product on others like Vince Russo? Um, yeah, I mean, and you'll always have your people that stand up for AEW, like uh, Conrad from 83 Weeks. You know, he sticks up for AEW. Eric Bischoff will not. So, you know, it is what it is. And I'm sure Tony Khan will defend AEW till he dies. You know, but you look at AEW right now, and it's almost like WCW right now. It's slowly just going under. It's almost like watching the final WCW days. You don't know when it's gonna go under, but it's definitely gonna go under. You know for sure. But it is what it is, man. We'll see. Let me take a drink real quick, guys. Turn the light on. I'll be right back. All right. We're back. Romy One says, I don't want to get into politics, but Khan is. Maybe, man. Maybe. You know, I'm not one for politics either, brother, but you might be right. Um, he definitely don't know what he's doing, that's for sure. Sad to say, but I mean, it's true. Share out the live, guys. If you're in here, hit me with the thumbs up. We got 20 minutes until Monday Night Raw comes on. Let's talk about the Wyatt Six real quick. What's your thoughts about the Wyatt Six, and what do you think happens tonight? But let's see if we can get some more people in here real quick. Roll me one. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate your comments. Nyla Rose, though, I've never really watched her. Wyatt Six, you love him. I love the Wyatt Six, man. You gotta love the Wyatt Six. Bray Wyatt's legacy is definitely alive. You gotta keep it alive, you know. And it's great to see everything they're doing right now, from the theme song, to just everything in general. The Wyatt Six, the characters, the lighting, the chair, you know, the rocking chair, everything. It's amazing what they're doing. You know, for one, I love the Wyatt Six. I love what they're doing, and you know, I'm here for it. I just realized we're at 7 likes right now, so thank you guys for that. Ruby One says, when I brought up the rocket chair, you shed a tear. Yeah, it was hard, man. To see the rocking chair again, or even just the lantern itself, was just crazy. It was almost like, you know, nostalgia, deja vu, because that is something we thought we'd never see again. The rocking chair, Bray Wyatt, the um the lantern itself was just, it's crazy. Amir says, "Hey brother, ready for All In?" I don't know if I'll watch it, man. Like I said, I'm not the biggest AEW fan, but I might watch it just to see what it's like. We're talking about AEW a second ago. Ruby One says the theme as well. Man, I was emotional. It was, you know, for them to keep the Shatter theme by Code Orange, I think was a touching tribute. It's the little things they're doing right now, I think, that matter most. Even like little hints, you know, Eric Rowan being a part of this. You know, Eric Rowan was a stable member of the Wyatt family, so seeing them debut a new gimmick with Eric Rowan being a part of it, uh, and a fun fact here, they did that debut match the same day that the Wyatt family debuted 11 years ago, or 13 years, whatever, whichever. But and everything from that debut match was much like the Wyatt family's debut with you know, during the Wyatt family debut, with the Wyatt family attacking Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, with Bray Wyatt looking around, looking in the, you know, in the rocking chair, just watching, was much like the Wyatt Six debut, because as the Wyatt Six were in the ring having their match with Chad Gable and the Creed brothers, we saw Uncle Howdy looking on the rocking chair. So, like I said, it's the little tributes WWE is doing right now that's like nostalgic, because this is everything we've seen Bray Wyatt do. So it's like watching Bray Wyatt all over again. He looks like Bray Wyatt. He reminds you of Bray Wyatt. But I love how he's also putting his own spin on things as well. Romy One says, "I hope the character that Bray made for Alexa, I hope she debuts." I hope so. Now keep in mind there are 5 members of the Wyatt Six. You got what? Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Dexter Loomis, Nikki Cross, and Uncle Howdy. There's no 6 members. Now the stable is called the Wyatt Six. We're missing one, so it makes me think Alexa Bliss could be a part of the Wyatt Six eventually, when she returns. Now keep in mind she did have a baby, so. Romy One says, "I love WWE for still financially supporting JoJo and the family with Bray's contract." Yes, Bray is under a Legends contract with proceeds going to his family. So when you buy things off WWE Shop that are Bray Wyatt gear, you know, you're supporting that family. So definitely go out and buy as much Bray Wyatt gear as possible, not just for him, you know, keeping his legacy alive, but to support his children as well and his wife. Um, we know Bray Wyatt, his kids are little, and you know, I lost my dad at 15, and I would tell you that's one of the hardest things. And these kids are young, you know, they're very little, But I know through WWE and through the fans, Bray Wyatt will be kept alive, and these kids, Bray Wyatt's kids, I think will grow up appreciating WWE for keeping Bray Wyatt's memory alive, and they can hear about Bray Wyatt and learn about Bray Wyatt through the WWE universe, through WWE, and everything like that. Yes, of course, man. Like that. That's me. Fun fact: when his new shirt came out with the moth, I bought that shirt, and when it first came out, and I posted it to Twitter, and he liked it. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I look at my phone, and it said he liked my tweet. And I've always remember that. That to me, even though it was so little, just a like on Twitter, but it was a like on Twitter from Bray Wyatt, so it was amazing to me. So that's kind of a memory I have with him. But the little things matter the most. So what WWE's doing right now is amazing. That shows how much Bray Wyatt meant to everybody, meant to them, and meant to his fans. Romy1 says, could we get a next generation Wyatt family with Brody Lee's son and Bray's son? If Bray Wyatt's son wants to be a part of WWE, of course. Brody Lee's a big part of AEW already, so. And Tony Khan did say that when Brody Lee turns 18, he's going to be offered a contract that is if AEW is still around. But I'd say that we'll probably see Brody Lee in a wrestling ring. When he hits his early teen years. Obviously, they can't put him in a ring right now, but he's already been a part of pro wrestling. Being young, and we've seen what pro wrestling as a young child does. Look at Dominic Mysterio. Look at Bray Wyatt and Taylor. They were big fans of wrestling. When kids are fans of wrestling and they grow up in the business, they become a part of it. It becomes a part of them. So, be interesting to see. But I, for one, would be thrilled to see a new generation of Wyatts. And that'd be like, what, fifth generation? Because you got Bray Wyatt's uncle, his grandfather, Mike Rotunda, which would be second generation. Bray Wyatt and Taylor. Well, I don't know, because there could be more than what I'm mentioning. Well, there's Barry Windham too. I think that's Bray Wyatt's uncle, right? Romy once says, "Have I seen Brody Lee Jr.?" Now he's tall. I think he could be taller than his dad. His dad was a pretty big guy. Um, I am still on. Yes, his dad was a pretty big guy, so that would be interesting. I could honestly see WWE picking up Brody Lee Jr. just for Luke Harper and the Wyatt Six, and I don't think the kid's 18 yet, is he? I know he's young. He's still kind of young. He got to be in his teen years though by now, right? But yeah, it would be interesting to see what they do. Um, if that would ever come about. Um, Now we know that Luke Harper had his own stable in AEW, the Exalted. I think that's what it was called, right? The Exalted. Brody Lee Jr. does spend more time at WWE shows. I think he would. Yeah. The Dark Order. That's what it was. Thank you, Roll Me One. You always got my back. Appreciate that, man. The Dark Order. I could not think of the name. That shows how much I watch AEW. But uh, yeah, I mean we could see Brody Lee Jr. as a part of the Dark Order. He pretty much already is. Is like what, -1, I think they call him, or -1, something like they call him something like that. That's all saying if AEW's still around. Would be cool to see WWE pick him up though. Really would. I think he was at a WWE show with Cody. Wasn't he at WrestleMania with Cody? I think he was like backstage or something. I don't remember. But I know Cody, was a big part of Brody Lee Jr.'s life whenever uh, Brody passed away. So he was in the crowd. I thought so. I remembered hearing something about Brody Lee Jr. at WrestleMania. But that's good to know that he's a part of pro wrestling. That's good to hear. Guys, if you're just not coming in, give me that thumbs up. Share the live out with your friends. Let them know we are live. But all right, guys. This has been your preview for Monday Night Raw. We got Monday Night Raw coming on. So I will talk to you guys here probably within the next day or two. Um, Probably make some YouTube videos while WWE's going on Monday Night Raw tonight. See if there's any latest news. So, hope you all have a great day. God bless. Tune in to Monday Night Raw. We got about 7 minutes till it comes on. So, make sure you're tuning in. I appreciate you all for being on here. Thank you, Romy1. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you, everyone that comes on. Appreciate that, Romy1. Appreciate you being on, buddy. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for the conversation. Appreciate you, buddy. Guys, have a great day. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this live if you haven't. Appreciate you guys. God bless. I'll see you again this week, probably for Friday Night SmackDown. All right, guys. Have a good night. God bless. Tune in for Monday Night Raw. Let's go. Have a good day.